One of the big battles that Louis funded was right in the middle of that wheelhouse, which is the battle to save Clifton Cay in the Bahamas. It was going to be a high-intensity development that would shut off the beach from the thousands, tens of thousands of people, of native Bahamians who used that beach. It would have also destroyed probably one of the best-known coral reefs in the world. And Louis really single-handedly decided to stand up and save that beach on behalf of the Bahamian public. And today, as a result of his work, Clifton Cay is a national park, and it's protected forever on behalf of the people of the Bahamas, but also the birds and the wildlife.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhans.
This is the time in history for our rise as a people.
There are a good number of Bahamians who joined a noble effort some years ago to save Clifton.
The purpose behind this discussion is not the saving of the land. We have the land. The purpose of this discussion is to ensure that we do not permit anyone to rewrite the history that surrounds the struggle. As Mr. Jones mentioned, all of you here know that that was indeed a grassroots movement.
And even though it frightens others to see our rise and to see organizational strength and unity, if it were not for the unity of the Bahamas behind Brother Wiley, we wouldn't have that law.
His name has become synonymous with the struggle at Clifton. Ladies and gentlemen, Vivian Wiley.
I greet you tonight on behalf of the ancestors that are buried right across the water. The house next door is lived in by a man who went in to the Audubon Society and said that he was the leader of the fight to save Clifton.
Thank you, Audubon, thank you so much. And I've asked myself ever since I was told I was to receive this award, which was, why me? I reached for the Holy Book for answers. Now, as a Southerner, you have to realize when I say the Holy Book, of course, I mean Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, the most racist and the most slave uplifting book or literature that has ever been written or made in our history. Now those are words that are like daggers and swords through the hearts of every African American, and so that he understands that we are all connected, Beverly, to every single African living in the Caribbean. So he spoke to his ancestry. We're speaking to ours. We're not going to surrender the legitimacy of our inheritance that comes from 3 different civilizations that lived over there, and Peter, I would dare say, lived even here.
When you don't write your own history, others will write it for you, and they will tell it like it is.
Since the man who wanted to revise our history said that his favorite is gone, his holy book is gone with the wind. My holy book too says, those who sow the wind will reap the whirlwind, and you certainly will be gone with the wind.
Louis Bacon, and if you're watching, listening, or don't know me, you are a liar.
We will not surrender our history to that man called Louis Bacon.
The Junkanoo, marvelous, marvelous. You got the old man trying to jump up again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Minister Louis Farrakhans.
And here we are in the Bahamas, a beautiful night, a beautiful, beautiful sandy beach. And over there, somebody is being disturbed over the music, over the gaiety, over the warmth and love that is going on the property of Mr. Nygaard. Mr. Nygaard is a man who has chosen the right road for his life. All right. To this wonderful Junkanoo. You know, I first saw you on Boxing Day, about 25 or 30 years ago. I was in the Bahamas resting, and it happened to be the 26th of December, and I came out on the street and I saw what I saw tonight, and the tears rolled down my eyes, not because I was crying for sadness. I was crying for joy to see black people who have suffered so much for so long, dancing and singing and enjoying the spirit of life. And that's what I saw tonight in the Junkanoo. And I watched the people. May God bless you. May God keep you. May God grant you his peace. Thank you so much for allowing me this privilege to be with you tonight. Thanks again. Thank you, Mr. Nygaard. Assalamu alaikum. The Junkanoo, marvelous, marvelous. You got the old man trying to jump up again.
Louis Bacon, and if you're watching, listening, or don't know me, you are a liar.
The media was kind, but then it turned hostile. And even though we had a town hall meeting which was packed to the rafters with standing room only, Mr. Nygaard was present, his children were present, his staff, and we spoke, and from that moment a friendship started. And it had nothing to do with what the Tribune suggests. The spin that was put on my words was vicious and ugly and very untrue.
By saying this, the suggestion is that the Tribune actually is representing Louis Bacon and has an intention to represent Louis Bacon. This whole affair, which is the Clifton matter, as we all know, rose up or started because of this comment or these comments that Mr. Bacon made. And so the Tribune has obviously taken a side, and the side is to support and maybe even hold brief for Mr. Louis Bacon. I have made it very clear that I believe Mr. Bacon is a liar because I was there during the fight 14 years ago and he was not there. He certainly did not lead me. So these things are so reprehensible that I've been now instructed by my client, Mr. Farrakhan, to take steps toward legal remedy and recourse.
Let me say how valuable media is to the freedom of the masses of the people against tyranny in any government. And the reason I take umbrage at reading such an article, because the mischief inherent in that article is first to say that I came to this island and rebuked Mr. Nygaard. Second, all those on this island who have benefited from Mr. Nygaard's kindness. Now they saw me, they heard me, and for them to read an article and they would think that Minister Farrakhan came and this was put in his honor and this is what he did to Mr. Nygaard, then it puts me at odds with the people that I love and the people that I come to serve. And that is the mischief of a mischief maker using the media to divide and to put hatred between friends and brothers, or to break up a friendship even before the friendship is formed. So that is my displeasure with the writer. That is the interpretation that was designed to put me at odds with Mr. Nygaard and put me at odds with the very black people that I come here to teach. Are you all bought and paid for? Is there something that I said that is untrue that you can call me a liar to my face? And if you cannot condemn me as a liar, then you are afraid of the truth, or somebody behind you is afraid of the truth. And as long as the media is afraid to tell the truth, when a man is courageous enough to speak the truth even at the cost of my own life, then you are unfit to represent this estate if you are bought and paid for by somebody else. So either you become a free press that fights for truth and justice for the people, or you should give it up. And if you are so much in love with going along to get along, then who are your editors that will take my words and then twist them and put your name on it? Tell them to come out front. I'm here now. Meet me and talk to me, because I can defend anything I say to anybody, from the head of government all the way down to the common man in the street. I am not a liar, nor would I come to the Bahamas to disrespect a man who hosted me in his home.